it works today. I'm not sure, but I hope. So I try it, and I hope I can share my presentation with you. Yeah, it should work. Okay. Today we are talking about support measures in the Council of Europe and other UA programs. My name is Tuva. I have to excuse my last presentation because it was not working with the screen sharing with you. So you only saw me, and I'm still ill. I'm sorry for that. Excuse me. Yeah, but Diana, she's one of the trainers from ECYC. She told me she put the presentation for you in the. She makes sure that you get the presentation. Okay. First of all, today we have to talk about what is the difference between Council of Europe and EU programs. So because yeah, we will talk about it later. Okay, so it makes no sense to start with them. Okay, we start with who I am. Me, I am Tubakara. I am from original from Turkey, but I am living in Switzerland. I'm 20 new years old, and I am a youth worker. I study social work. I have the bachelor degree, and now I am currently studying for the master in social work. 2016, I founded Trans Education. It's a little small company for Islamic education and prevention. And today I'm responsible for a youth club in a district of Zurich. It's called Dietlikon, and I go on with the work at Trans Education. So we could talk about, okay, it was a mistake to talk about the Council of Europe at the beginning, but it makes sense now because if you know that, I don't know, but Switzerland is not a European Union country. So we are not a European Union, but we are in the Council of Europe program. So in the Council of Europe, there are 48 countries, and we are part of them. And we are in the middle of Europe, so it makes sense that we are it's such programs too. Yeah, I will start. So what I am exactly doing at Trans Education, it is my main project. I'm responsible for that. I'm working with children or youngsters between 12 and 21 years. And in Islamic Discussion Club, we are talking about what's going on in the Islamic world because the terrorism and radicalization. And we talk with the youngsters, with the participants about a lot of things. But for recently, we start with political and historical Islam because they have to know about something like that, about their religion, because they have no idea. They only most time they only know about haram and halal, but there is a lot of more informations. And first of all, we make sure that they are getting well education about these topics. So for more information, we have English concepts for our main project about is called Islamic Discussion Club. You can go to www.transeducation.com. Okay. In Islamic Discussion Club, we are doing a lot of things to support them in these topics. For example, we look movies, we watch movies with them because there are a lot of good movies right now about young people who are getting radical and who are part of who want to be a part of ISIS or ISIL or Al Qaeda or something like that, and they, in the movies they can understand what's going on, and there are actors in the same age, and so they have an idea what's going on with them. So I talked about it last presentation on Monday. So to getting radical or to have an extreme normal, yeah, and because of them they can totally understand their peers when they're getting radical. So these films are very helpful. If you can do it, watch Le Ciel Attendra. It is in English, The Sky Will Wait, with your teenager who have any questions about radicalization. What we're doing also is we play a lot of games with them because, you know, they are teenagers and they um, want to play, they want to have the competition, they are interested to mess themselves, and it's very helpful to play games with them. We created a lot of games, but the um, most successful games are Who is Going to Be a Millionaire with Islamic questions, and the game Right or Wrong. It is very successful too because you can say something and they have to choose 50-50, right or wrong, and we make it very difficult, so because it is a 50-50 chance. And we play also the game Lay It Right. um, by Lay It Right, we put 5 words in the middle of the game, and um, there are words like terrorism, Islam, culture, um, have no idea is one of the words. It has nothing to do with Islam. Yeah, and they get a lot of cards, and of the cards there are a lot of words, and they have to lay it right. So it is also very difficult because they know a lot of things about Islam. They thought because the most of uh, this knowledge they have is culture and not Islam. So they getting shocked when we say, no, I'm sorry, this is a Turkish or a Macedonian cultural thing. It has nothing to do with Islam. So it's a very helpful, successful game. You can do it by your own, by the way, all these games. You can ask me if you want to know more about this. So what we else are doing is we make panel discussions. So I have I don't have to describe that. You know what it is. With one topic. So we choose one topic and make a panel discussion. Yeah, normally we do also presentations also for the kids. We make round tables. It is similar to panel discussions. And we make, for example, dinner at Ramadan time, because it is very helpful in a kitchen situation or in a eating dinner situation to talk to them, because they have to do something and they are concentrated on and focused. So it is very helpful. If you want to work with teenager, you should do that with something is adapted to food. So that was what we are doing, but we also take informations and a lot of campaigns from others. For example, we are part of Value Youth Work, so you can find somebody there who is very helpful for your project, for example, and it is a network. It's very cool. So we also take from the Council of Europe the No Hate Speech movement. It's called We Can, and there are a lot of information, um, not letters, brochures, for example, and there's also a very helpful book about no hate speech from the Council of Europe. you, if you want this, you have to write ECYC, or you can also Google it, and you have to have this. This is a very good book. We also show the teenagers, the participants, international online campaigns. For example, the Not in My Name hashtag. It was very successful one, but the most of the 12 and 13, 14, 15 years, they have no idea what is this about, and you have to explain that. But even they know what it is, they love that, and they share it with the peer group. It is a very good campaign, by the way, too, because it's very international. Um, and in Switzerland or in Germany, in German speaking language countries, there are a lot of national programs too. For example, in Germany, there's a no hate speech campaign too. It's a very successful one. You can click to the homepage if you want. It is very a good one, but it's German. Yeah. Then go to we can go to the European Confederation of Youth, same institution which makes this program now possible. Thank you, and by the way, ECYC, for that. They have a lot of youth programs which took part and which are coming soon. So, for example, we take part of them in we take part in one of them in Sibiu, Romania. Mandy, my colleague, was there, and she came back with a lot of informations, a lot of things she even don't know till then. And she told me it is a very, very, very a good way to share informations with other youth workers and social workers. So if you can, please take part in some of these programs. So they are very successful. We also take part in Brussels, me and my colleague. It was a very, very, very good training course in Brussels. We learned a lot of things. So first of all, we start to with own definition of radicalization. So it was very helpful to have the same meaning about this word. And after then, we have a whole week of interviews, of group works. We also visit, for example, the European Commissioner to talk about the radicalization of youth with them. It was very successful. It was very good, and also we learned a lot of things about with ourselves, because we get in conversation with people from all of Europe, and it was very helpful. So yeah, please go to these trainings. And we also take one moment, please. Oh, it comes later. We have participate in other programs, but it comes later. We are still on ECYC. ECYC had a lot of things which are helpful. There is, for example, this training course where you actually take part in, and there comes one other in Sibiu again in Romania in August 2018. I'm not sure is there still possible to apply, but if go to this link where you can get more information. These things at this courses are to talking about the topic with other youth workers. So I write it down because it's very, very important to be open-minded when you go to these courses and learn about the meanings, learn about what other youth workers thinking about, learn about the problems which they have in their countries. It could be very successful. And you also get a very good network because you're not alone. You're part in a big group of youth workers, social workers, which have the same problems or similar problems. So getting a network is very important in something like that. We have to work together. And yeah, you get a lot of more background informations, because there are a lot of informations which you never heard before. Okay, now we come to other EU programs, European Union programs, which we took part, because I would just want to tell you something about which I took part, and I have their own experience. For example, there was a very successful congress about the topic Youth Work Against Violent Radicalization in Malta last year. It was a very good one, because there were a lot of participants, more than 100, and we get a lot of good background informations I've never heard before. And it was international, not only European Union countries. So we get a lot of informations from people from Jordan, from Tunisia, from Algeria, from all over the world, I think. So it was very successful one. It was with speakers, so they had not speakers, lecturers also from university, for example, from Germany, and it was a discussion after their presentations. So we learned a lot of things there. And where I took also part was in the training course in Dresden, in 2017 also. It was a training course about Youth Civil Activism Network from YouthCAN, from the United. It was powered by United Kingdom. And what we've done in this course was we create an individual campaign for our home country. So after all, we make a Facebook campaign. For example, we've done it for the against the right wing party called SVP in Switzerland, because they are against refugees, against migration, against all what is not Swiss. So yeah, because of that we make and they are against Islam. So they don't want to have Islamic people in their or Muslim people in their country. So because of that, we take this topic and this right-wing party to make our individual campaign against them. So what we also have done to this topic is we take part in a national working group in Switzerland. It called Dachorganisation Jugendarbeit. It means it is the top organization of youth work in Switzerland. And what we've done there was we create a published position paper on extremism. We create and publish it. It was a position paper about what we are thinking about this topic, about radicalization of youth, and what we are doing. What we've done was to take real informations to make a paper which can be helpful to get more information about it, and to show what is the government doing for that or against radicalization. So there are a lot of more things. And when I said always you have to take part in this, you have to take part in working groups, and you have to take part there, I always meant the courses the courses which you can see at Salto Youth. So I put the link in. You can go to the Salto Youth website, and you can sign in the training newsletter to get the latest trainings. You can choose you get almost every day a lot of training courses, and sometimes there are training courses which are adapted to our topic now. So make sure that you always get the information that your country is possible to go there, because not every country is is part of European Union and can join automatic programs. So you have to make sure that your country can take part in youth in action programs or in key action programs, or you have to ask for participation if your country is not listed. So, or if your country is not a European Union country. But make this training calendar, make it sure, because it's very helpful, and you can also do a filter, for example, to get topics for example, radicalization or extremism, and you will get all the training courses filtered. And what is also very helpful is, of course, the Facebook groups. So there are a lot of Facebook groups, for example, Erasmus Plus or Key Action 1 or Key Action 2. You can ask for be a group member, because some of these Facebook groups are closed groups. So you have to apply for that. But they could be very, very helpful. So let's talk about money, 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 money. We talked a lot about to take part in one of the programs, but you can also do your own project, and you can also do make a training course. But you need, of course, you need money. So never forget, never forget. Lucky feelings came from low expectations. So make sure that your hard work is waiting of you if you want money. So because it's not get people that people are believe in your dreams, in your project idea, that they are um, have the same feelings about your project. Okay, so make sure that you have low expectations. Yeah, expectations is the word which I search for. I'm so sorry. I'm hoping that you still can see the presentation. I'm not sure, but I hope so. So, okay, we go on. You have to search foundations and projects which are very similar to your project, because it is very helpful if in your researching. So you can go to the homepage of projects which are similar to you, and can take a look who are the foundations of this project. Okay, make sure that you get the information, and if you don't get the information, you can Google it, or you can write an email to this project manager and can ask for. And our next tip is invest more time in research and less in mass sending of demands. Because if you find some very, very good foundation, or 2 or 3, and you make sure that you have the perfect application, you don't have to search anymore. Because some people, they are doing mass sending of demands, okay, but they always get the answer no, 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 because they don't spend or they do not invest enough time for a very good application. So make sure that you have not this mass of sending demands, but one perfect. So individualize your demand, write a personal letters and requests, and make sure that this application which you send is perfect. So don't forget the budget. Don't forget, the foundations always show in their home pages what they are expected. Make sure that you have all the papers which they are expected from you. Okay, so even do it very well. Do it not in mass. Do it in less. Okay. I think you saw the fundraising pyramid before, but I think it's a very good picture to show what is very, very important with that donors. So upgrade your donors, look at them. Who are the really important one? Who are the prospects? Never lose the prospects. Who are the first time donators? Can they be to regular donators? If you have regular donators, you have to stay in contact with them. You have to inform them, okay, because you can lose them. So you will have first time major donors. Make sure that you have all the paper which they are needing from you, because they are um, major donors, okay. They could be someday regular major donors. So I think this is one of the most important thing, that you don't think, oh, I have my money now, so I don't have to be in contact with them anymore. That will be a big mistake, because they can also stop the money, okay. Yeah, and then we come to the lead donors. That's one of the best if you have this, and then to the back requests. But yeah, make sure that you get the first time donors and the regular donors first of all. And a very high goal could be that you have regular major donors. It could be the government, for example. So, criteria for the treatment of donors. So, very important point, because some demands are, they're not completely, they are not grammatical, okay. The grammar is not okay, for example, or they make mistakes, and it's not good, okay. You have to think about, you get this paper in your hands, and you have to decide in, I think, 2 minutes if this is an application you want to read more or not. So make sure that is a very nice one, and a good one, and a completely one. So what is the foundation, what they expect from you, okay. Um, fitting with the foundation aims. What should in, check it in the homepage, call them, ask for what does my what do you expect from me, what is your aims. um, Check it, is your check, make a checkup, is your project relevant for the society, is there a need for that in your region, in your own region, or in your country, or for example in a other region. Make sure that there is a relevancy there. And is it, make sure, or ask you the question, is this sustainability, or probability of successful. You have to ask you this question, is it or not. Is it efficiency, so are the costs in relation to the impact. So make sure that you not spend a lot of money for a very less impact, okay. Be transparent. So you have to be always transparent, not only in money things. You have to be transparent with your organization, and transparency shows the stability of a organization. So make sure that the donors don't think, oh, there is some mistake, or there's some. And also talk always about the innovation potential of your project, or of your working group, or whatever you want to do, okay. So make sure that the donors think, oh, okay, wow, if I give this and this person this money, there is a lot of potential of innovation there, and there, it could be more and more bigger, or something like that. So grants and financing resource possibility for youth work and NGO. So what is possible for you? We talked about how to get it, and what is important for the application. But who are the financing grants? Who is possible for you? my little company is paid by contract projects, for example, with schools and also the government. In my home country, the governmental institutions are the state, regional, or local authorities, and local authorities. There are also members and donors, so it could be small, middle, high, and also crowdfunding. For example, we made it actually, but we don't get the money because we have not we make a mistake in our plans. We have no time during the Ramadan time, and we thought we will have time then, but we haven't. So it was a big mistake to make it in a time where we were too busy. Yeah. But we also have foundations, and we have the European Union. I think we will start with this in next year. So there's a lot of opportunities to get money from the European Union, but you have to be in your home country. You have to be what is the name of this? You have to be in the system. You have to be a company signed by the government. So your company has to exist. And if you do that very well, you can get money from the European Union, or you can apply for money. This is only for NGOs, for example. This is a 4-step registrant, and it is very detailed. So make sure that you have all the facts of your project or of your training course, and you fill out the document and upload in the system, and then you should fill a private company, and yeah, you will handle it. So it is 4 steps, and I put the links in. So I hope you will get what you want. So, but coming back to the foundations, how to get money from them. Yeah, I talked about it very short at the beginning of my presentation. You always have to do the same thing. If you plan a project, then look how other organizations doing that. Look at similar projects as your project or your organization, and look up in their annual reports. They're often online, and there are often informations about how the foundation gets supported. So check the website of the foundations in detail, and after you check up this, you can ask you the question, does it make sense for apply or not? And when you are on the website, the most of them, you will see that they have own conditions. So make sure that you handle the conditions. Call them. So one of the most important things is to call them before you make your application, because fill out the application is very hard work. And if you get a connection with the competent persons of the foundation, it could be very helpful. So, and he can also, or she can also help you during the application process, and then apply for it. Informations and your concept and your budget, and you have every papers, and then go for it. And intention to get money from foundation takes a lot of time. If you plan a project in the next month or only 2 months later, that will be not working. So you have to apply very early, and don't be frustrated if you don't get the money, but make sure in the same time that you get money from another institution, or from government, or from the foundation. So make sure that you don't plan so worse. Okay, it's better to plan half year, 1 year before. examples for foundations in Europe. I think there are a lot of foundations in your home countries. But there are also very often very good foundations in Europe. For example, the European Foundation Center in Brussels, it is ECYC.B. It's a very good one. It's a very huge one, but also Daphne, for example, they do also donoring. So not only foundation. And first try to get always money from national foundations and from your home country, because you get more supported from your home country if they support you with money. So we came to the end of my presentation. I have to excuse a second one that last time I can't handle it. I hope you understood me. I'm sorry, there's something. I hope you get very well and enjoyed my presentation. Thank you for your time. I create a lot of questions after this training course. You have to answer that. And if you have any question more, please inform me, write me a message or make a comment, and you get an answer very soon. So bye.